Hi everyone, my name is Jordan Spangenburg. I am a 5th grade math and science teacher for the Manheim Township School District. This is my 5th year teaching in this district, and a little bit about me. So we get started here. I was married in 2012. My wife's a teacher as well. She works for the Hempfield School District, and we have 5 children. Chase, Kaylee, and Addison are in elementary school, and Brielle and Weston are still at home. A couple hobbies, some things I enjoy doing. I really enjoy running. I really enjoy coaching, and currently right now I'm coaching Chase's baseball team, and then I just really enjoy being outside and just doing different things. So progressing through this program for ACTE, my concentration is in the online instruction piece, and this is the final course that I'll be taking, and I will be graduating here in December. Potential topics that I thought about and hopefully can explore deeper. So with my math and science classes, 2 very different classes in terms of the types of learners that I have. So the first topic that I potentially thought about using would be the effects of co-teaching in a blended learning math class. So my math class is a co-taught class. So the types of learners that I would have in there are vastly different than the learners that I have in my science class, which leads me to my second potential choice. So again, still thinking about a blended learning classroom, but what that would look like in a regular education science classroom. So the 4 stages of action research that were identified: identifying an area of focus, collecting data, analyzing and interpreting that data, and then developing an action plan. And some difficulties that arise here, as I thought about it, would just be the analyzing and interpreting the data piece. I said could be a challenge. Just sometimes in the classroom, student data does not always reflect the student, depending on the types of data that you're collecting. And also data analysis takes time. And again, while it's important to analyze the data that you've collected, especially in your classroom, sometimes it can just feel like another thing that teachers have to do. And this is going to be a common theme that I talk about here in a couple other pieces of this presentation here. So on page 22, we were asked to look at the quote, "Making action research just a part of daily teaching practices," and just some obstacles that can come into this. So again, one of the things I've already talked about is it's time consuming, and it can just feel like another thing that we have to do. And also, if we make action research part of our daily teaching practices, that might force us to create new routines, which again, for those of you that are educators or have been in the classroom before, sometimes that's not always the easiest thing to do. Sometimes that's not something that we as teachers want to do. We want to stick to what we know and just keep doing that. So we looked at 2 different stories then from the field. And for me, the second story, stuck with me a little bit more. One of the things that was talked about here was the author didn't always see how researchers can really understand what goes on in the classroom without actually being in the classroom. And, one thing for me as an educator is that's something that I oftentimes think about is when, new things are created, new laws or new procedures are created, and they're not always created by individuals or teams that were necessarily in the classroom before. So it's hard for them to really understand what goes on in the classroom. And also, it's hard for outsiders as well to, judge educators and what goes on inside their classroom without actually being in the classroom. So again, from this, just concerns within my own classroom, then again, time. And then also, the second thing I talked about is the results may not show what's expected, and again, may force a change in teaching, whether it be routines or styles or the way that content or curriculum is taught to our classes. And again, for teachers, this isn't always the easiest thing to do. But again, sometimes, it is necessary to make that change even though we don't want to. So looking forward to this class, looking forward to working and collaborating with all of you as we go through this course together, and looking forward to the discussion and also the feedback.